Mary Richards.
Hey, Mary!
I know. So she is a lady. She is not a boy. But I was walking her in my neighborhood one day. All right, I'll let you go back to your nap. Cutie. Yeah, she's not interested in being famous.
Judy, it's been a while since I last saw you. How are you holding up during this time? I know it's not the most pleasant time, of course, with the pandemic, but how are things going for you?
I'm good. I mean, I feel like there's two worlds happening right now. Like my little world, we're good, we're safe, we're staying home, we're being really good. And then obviously like the big world is really scary and terrible, but we're okay here in my little house here in Los Angeles.
Now, I was reading up in how you've played over 125 roles. Over that in your career, just such an incredible career. How does that make you feel hearing that?
I guess it makes me feel thankful and exhausted at the same time. Like I don't understand how I had time for all that, but no, it's good. I mean, obviously it's good. It's amazing that I was able to find like so much success and kind of get started at an early age. I always am so thankful for that, as I, still have friends that struggle and stuff, but things are much more in perspective now, I think, for all of us. So yeah, mostly just really grateful. And then of course, like, am I ever gonna get to do another one? Like, how are we gonna go back to work? When are we gonna go back to work? And then every night I have dreams I'm on set, which I think is actually a good thing, because that means I'm doing the right thing with my life, right?
Right, it is. Yes. Out of all the roles, I mean, I'm sure you've had many that were your favorite. Do you remember the one that changed your life, your career, and how everything was going, like earlier on in your career, and you're just like, I think that was the role that completely changed everything for me?
I kind of have two answers to that question. One would be like, maybe The Wedding Planner really kind of solidified like me as a comedic supporting actress, and then jumping ahead, I was in a movie called The Descendants with George Clooney, which I still think he should have won the Oscar, but I mean, I'm sorry, he might be over it, I'm not. I feel like that movie was a great transition in my career, where people in my industry started to like see me as someone who could also do more dramatic roles, and I did see a change after that too, where it was like, oh, she could maybe Judy Greer could play this role, which were things I wasn't getting.
That's awesome. Do you still keep in touch with your co-stars from Arrested Development?
Well, like yes and no. I mean, not for any reason we don't, but it's just all like we all kind of like went out and like spiderwebbed in all these different directions. I mean, up until recently, I was actually working for Jason Bateman. His company was one of the producers on my TV show Kidding. So, and he was always like, I swear I'm coming to visit you on set. I'm like, dude, it's fine. You do not have to. Like, you're plenty busy.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure it's amazing for you to have been in the industry for such a long time, starting at such a young age, and to see everybody that you've come up with do well. I think that is such a great feeling as well. And this is exciting. We get to see you on Hulu. Tell us about this episode that you're in the Dark Good Boy.
Yeah, so it's a TV show. I guess I learned this term on this movie. It's called Evergreen, meaning that these are episodes of a TV show that stand alone all by themselves. So the Into the Dark series, that's what this is. They're all basically like TV movies that are connected usually to a holiday that is in the month where that movie airs, and it's on Hulu. And my episode is called Good Boy because it's about a woman who is single and adopts an emotional support animal, and things go terribly wrong. I would say this animal supports her probably a little bit too much.
I love it. I love it.
Can I show you mine right now? Because she's right here, and she's not gonna let it.
What's her name?
This is Mary Richards.
Hey, Mary.
I know. So she is a lady. She is not a boy, but I was walking her in my neighborhood one day. All right, I'll let you go back to your nap. Cutie. Yeah, she's It's not interested in being famous. So I was walking Mary one day in my neighborhood, and these two guys ran out of a coffee shop and were like, Judy Greer. And of course, I'm immediate like looking at like, where am I gonna go? How can I run? Are there any cops anywhere? They're like, no, we're writers and we're repped at the same management company that you are. And it's so crazy you're walking by and with a little white dog because we're actually writing this spec script and we have you in mind to star in it. And they told me what it was, that it was about a woman who was single and she was like having sort of a crisis in her life. Like her job wasn't going well. She was having a hard time dating. I mean, the usual. And she gets advice to adopt this emotional support animal, and the animal essentially attacks everyone who stresses her out. So this animal takes it to sort of like, you know, the nth degree. And it's funny that, you know, there I was like walking around by myself with this little white dog, and they were like, can we please like, you know, send you the script? And we were laughing because I was like, yes, but I think we should, you know, like go through our managers. Like that's a normal way to do business.
Right.
Anyway, the script was amazing. We worked on it. So we had just finished shooting Halloween. I had such an amazing time working with Blumhouse and all those people over there. So I sent them this script right away, and they thought it would be a great fit for Into the Dark. So I also got to be an executive producer.
Yes! Get the slashes! Get the slashes!
So
Congratulations! Have you always been a pet person?
Yeah, I have, well, I grew up with dogs and cats. My husband is allergic to cats, so sadly, I cannot be a crazy cat lady. Although I have looked up some breeds that are hypoallergenic, but I don't know. I would have to really work on that. And but then dogs, I've always had dogs, and this little rescue that I just showed you guys, she was supposed to just be a foster. She came from this organization I work with called Wags and Walks, and they're based here in Los Angeles, and they found her and her siblings. They were thrown out of a car window into, I mean, you know what, like I could talk for hours about the crazy stuff that people do to their pets, and I follow way too many rescues on Instagram, and you know it's bad when they're like, warning, content, and you're like,
yes,
it's a dog rescue post, like what are people doing? Yeah, so you know, there's not a ton of silver linings to this crisis, this pandemic we're in, but one I will say is there's so many dogs that are being fostered and adopted right now because so many people are home and they're like, well, I might as well foster a dog. So I've been walking my dog in my neighborhood, and I see so many people that are like, yeah, I'm just fostering her till this is over. Like, she's changing my life. Like, that is making me.
Okay, so Judy, I want to play a quick round of lightning questions. And we're going to kick it off. Okay, so would you rather text or call someone?
I mean, it depends on who.
At least you're open to talking on the phone. Most answers have been texting, you know? Like, why are we even talking?
I'm having a few problems lately in text with tone, so I think it's like safer to just call.
Right. Yeah. No miscommunication.
No.
Those can cause unnecessary fights.
yeah.
Okay.
So if you had to pick a superpower between being invisible or teleporting, which one would it be?
Invisible.
Yeah.
Because I like
Is
to
there any?
snoop.
Go ahead.
You know, for like snooping and like listening on conversations and stuff.
Yes.
What's better, to have certificates or experience?
Experience.
Oh yeah, for sure. Is it better to ask for forgiveness or ask for permission?
Forgiveness.
Yeah. And 3 things that you must have during this quarantine.
Oh, husband, dog. Oh. I mean, I guess I'm gonna say, this is supposed to be lightning. There's so many things that are like, I mean, I have really enjoyed, I'm like torn because I'm a little over it, but like Zoom drinks with friends has helped a lot.
I like it. Those are 3 good choices right there.
Yeah, but
They're
like
good.
you can't have too many people. That's the only thing.
But you can have too many drinks. That's okay.
100%. Put that on a pillow and I'll have it on my bed. Like, you can't have too many people, but you can't have too many drinks. For sure. Yes.
Judy, it was so great to catch up with you today. I love seeing you. You bring us such great energy, and we hope to see you soon, and please stay safe.
I hope so. You too. Thanks for letting me go on and on. It was so nice to talk to someone that isn't my husband today.
Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, show us some love by liking it, commenting, and subscribing so that you never miss out on the latest celebrity interview.